In the opening scene of the episode, we find Akane sitting with her boyfriend, Takuma, at a cafe. He apologizes and drops a bombshell. He's met someone online and is in love. Stunned and contemplating the recent distance in their relationship, Akane breaks up with her cheating boyfriend. Shortly after, we see her in a room with her classmates. Sharing her story, Akane reveals she met Takuma in a game called Forest of Savior. As she logs in to vent her anger on virtual monsters, an unexpected encounter awaits her. In-game, a mysterious guy approaches Akane. The conversation shifts to her real-life relationship, but this new character, Yamada, takes his sweet time responding. Yamada asks Akane to help him farm an area, but she refuses, frustrated that he won't listen to her breakup story. When she returns to the game, a Forest of Savior event unfolds. Reflecting on what could have been with Takuma, Akane decides to attend the event, hoping to make him regret his decision. Tearfully, she invites her friend along. The duo embarks on a makeover journey, exploring various places for a new hairstyle and clothing to impress Takuma at the event. However, when Akane spots Takuma, her instincts take over, leading to a clumsy mishap. A kind stranger comes to her aid, setting the stage for a surprising connection. Engaging in small talk, Akane realizes the stranger might be Yamada. Takuma notices them, rushes over, and the plot thickens. Yamada, a well-known professional gamer and local celebrity, captures Takuma's attention. Akane seizes the moment, introducing Yamada as her new boyfriend, and even bribes Takuma with the game loot. Takuma's jealousy simmers as Akane and Yamada find themselves at a local restaurant. Akane pours her heart out about Takuma's lack of empathy, and Yamada reveals a bit about his gaming career. In the midst of their conversation, Akane heads to the bathroom, and Yamada notices her subtle limp. Upon her return, emotions escalate until Yamada surprises her with a box of band-aids. Akane, touched by Yamada's gesture, breaks into tears. As the episode concludes, we catch a glimpse of the next episode, leaving us on the edge of our seats. Fast forward to the preview of the new episode, where Akane wakes up seemingly naked in Yamada's bed after a night of heavy drinking and video games. The unexpected encounter sets the stage for a captivating continuation of their story. To the audience's relief, Akane discovers she's not naked but wearing some clothes. Startled, she falls from Yamada's bed, realizing the consequences of her drunken night. Noticing her exposed skin, Akane contemplates the events of the previous evening. Akane wakes up to an unexpected revelation: there's another guy in the room. Fearing a one-night stand, she anxiously questions Yamada, who responds with a surprising tale of their drunken escapades the night before. Yamada explains how he carried her, paid her bill, and even washed her vomit-stained clothes. Akane, overwhelmed with guilt, apologizes profusely and vows to make amends. As she heads to the bathroom, she contemplates the strange turn of events. Apologizing to Yamada before leaving, Akane questions her decisions. She's baffled about spending the night in a stranger's apartment. In the next scene, Akane is at home, engrossed in her skincare routine. Suddenly, she realizes her precious necklace, a gift from her ex-boyfriend, is missing. Frantically searching her house, Akane recalls Yamada's words about a bad dream where her hair was gone. Exhausted and defeated, she remembers her first gift but remains necklaceless. In desperation, she logs into the game to check Yamada's status. Finding Yamada offline, Akane recalls where she got the necklace. It was a significant gift, and she is determined to find it. Ruby, her guildmate, enters the scene, curious about Akane's distress. Akane spills her story, but Ruby, oblivious to Akane's real-life drama, begins sharing her own tales of receiving gifts. In the midst of this, Yamada joins the room. Shocked, Akane bombards Yamada with messages, asking about the necklace. Yamada denies any knowledge. Ruby shifts the conversation back to the game, and they notice tools left behind. Despite Akane wanting to claim the item, Yamada begins insulting the careless owner. Akane attempts to confess, but Yamada continues his tirade. Frustrated, she logs out. As Akane exits the game, Yamada quits playing too. However, as he gets up, he steps on something, the broken necklace. Akane, angered by the events, goes to bed. She has a dream of her ex-boyfriend apologizing and trying to reconcile. However, the dream takes a dark turn when his gift turns out to be for his new girlfriend. Akane confides in her friend Momo about the dream and declares her intent to move on from her ex-boyfriend. Lost in thought, she observes a high school confession, triggering memories. Suddenly, Yamada's voice interrupts her musings. Yamada criticizes Akane for wasting his time, immersed in his gaming world. Akane, taken aback, realizes the extent of his gaming addiction. To Akane's surprise, Yamada expresses a desire to see her again, revealing the broken heart necklace. Akane, now conflicted, experiences a wave of emotions. Outside, they discover it's raining. Akane rushes through the rain, but Yamada, in a surprising gesture, hands her his umbrella. The scene shifts to Akane staring at her broken necklace as the doorbell rings. As the doorbell rings, Akane opens the door, revealing a surprising visitor standing outside. Akane, shocked, discovers a parcel from her mom. Her room is transforming into a training space, and Momo rushes over from work to help organize the precious items. However, Momo, in a fit of anger, suggests throwing everything away. Observing Momo's frustration, Akane contemplates throwing the broken necklace but decides to keep the brand new umbrella. In a fit of emotions, she discards everything except for a cherished teddy bear. After work, Akane and Momo, inebriated, ring Yamada's doorbell to return his umbrella. Akane expresses gratitude and, holding Momo, heads home. Before leaving, Yamada mentions that Akane hasn't logged in since their last encounter, urging her to play the game again. The second episode concludes. In the next episode, Akane prepares to dive back into the game. Upon logging in, she finds an empty room and sets out to locate her fellow gamers. Finally, she spots Yamada and the guild leader engaged in a candid conversation. Unbeknownst to Akane, she inadvertently eavesdrops on their dialogue, suspecting Ruri to be Yamada's girlfriend. However, when Yamada and Ruri notice her, she is taken aback. Ruri approaches Akane, prompting Yamada to exit the game. Ruri hints at calling later, leaving Akane shocked at the possibility of her having Yamada's number. After Yamada logs out, Akane wrestles with thoughts of Ruri and Yamada together. The scene transitions to Akane's class, where she daydreams about Yamada and Ruri, unable to resist the curiosity. The temptation to check Yamada's social media crosses her mind, but she dismisses the idea, deeming it inappropriate. As classes end, Akane heads home, encountering a guy who starts flirting with her. Akane, not wanting to refuse the guy and hurt his feelings, goes along. However, her attention is diverted when she spots Yamada talking to a girl, their interaction escalating. The girl holds Yamada's hand, and they walk off together. Akane, frozen, ignores her classmate's call, makes an excuse, and retreats home. Lost in her thoughts, she lies down, reading manga. A message from Ruri interrupts her quiet moment. Ruri suggests a meetup for all guildmates, sparking deep contemplation in Akane. Should she attend the offline meeting? Thoughts of the mysterious girl with Yamada linger. The next day, Akane, uncertain of the meetup location, begins her journey, entering into the unknown location of offline interactions with her guildmates. As Akane makes her way to the offline guild meetup, a chance encounter with a guy leads to an unexpected phone drop incident. Apologizing, the guy picks up Akane's phone and learns about the meetup location. While returning her phone, the guy suggests they attend the meetup together, and his demeanor takes a cute turn. Akane finds herself captivated by him as they head to the location. Engaging in conversation, the guy seems to be praising Akane, but suddenly he switches to boasting about himself, leaving Akane puzzled. The guy challenges Akane to affirm his handsomeness. She responds with a humble suggestion to find someone better and play the game together. A soft exchange ensues, interrupted by the girl who was with Yamada. Rushing to Yamada's side, Akane discovers the guy hiding behind him, frightened. The girl approaches, holding Yamada's hand. Upon questioning her identity, the girl denies being Ruri. Akane's tears begin to fall. The guy playfully calls Akane Akanechi, reminiscent of Ruri's nickname for her, sparking memories. The third episode concludes, leaving the audience curious about the mysterious girl and the dynamics at play. In the next episode, the offline guild meetup unfolds, and Akane ponders the identity of the guy, wondering if he is Ruri. Attempting to confirm with the girl she assumed to be Ruri, Akane is met with denial. The guy introduces himself as Ida, revealing that Ruri is his game ID and Runa is his younger sister. Realizing her misunderstanding, Akane offers her number to Ida and jokingly declares herself his girlfriend. Ida reassures her, and introductions are made. Runa questions Akane's connection with Yamada. Akane explains they met at an event and became friends. Runa, however, gives her a scrutinizing look. Runa questions Akane's happiness, suspecting she may have feelings for Yamada. Ida apologizes for Runa's behavior, describing her as a pet, who acts out when hungry. Runa looks angrily at Ida, who retreats. A glass falls from Akane's hand, breaking on the floor. Yamada intervenes, cautioning her about the broken glass. Akane, feeling embarrassed, looks away. Yamada gets up to make a call, and Ida follows suit. Yamada recounts the incident to Ida. Ida observes Yamada sitting and inquires about his sudden movement. Yamada thinks Akane dislikes him, but Ida corrects him, revealing Akane blushed when he held her hand. The scene shifts to Yamada's past, where a girl bids him farewell, leaving him emotionally affected. The meetup concludes, and as Yamada and Akane walk home together, their shared direction sparks anticipation for what lies ahead. Akane, feeling inspired, rushes home and cooks a meal for Yamada. Finding him asleep on a bench, she hands him the bag and insists he eats at home. While Akane receives a call from Runa, apologizing for her earlier behavior and inviting her to hang out, Yamada arrives with the homemade food. He reflects on his misconception that Akane dislikes him. In next episode, Yamada receives a call from Ida, requesting him to tutor Runa. Yamada reflects on Akane's plans with Runa. Meanwhile, Akane, on a date with a random guy, wonders why Runa hasn't arrived. Akane denies the guy's claim that he is Ruraheim, but Runa's message reveals she arranged a gamer guy for Akane. Yamada visits Runa for tutoring and complains about her attitude. Runa shows him her work but avoids his question about any upcoming plans. Akane tries to contact Runa, but she doesn't answer. Akane gets upset, thinking about how she can control the situation. In a panic, Akane is interrupted by a guy knocking on the door, claiming to be Runa's brother's obsessed fan. He tries to enter the ladies' washroom, causing Akane to panic further. Runa confesses to Yamada about the obsessed fan, revealing him to be her brother's fan. She stops Yamada from intervening. Ida investigates and finds information about them. Runa becomes upset, swiping through old guildmate photos. Akane, still trapped with the obsessed fan, lies to him about stomach ache to avoid him entering the washroom. Runa holds Yamada's hand tightly, shocking Ida. Ida lies to Takezawa that Akane was kidnapped. At the destination, Takezawa rushes to Akane, insulting the obsessed fan. Yamada notices Akane's injured leg and Ida apologizes while demanding an explanation from the obsessed fan. While trapped in the ladies' washroom, Akane gets hit and injured. Ida and Takezawa express their anger towards the obsessed fan. Despite her pain, Akane greets Yamada, who blames himself. Akane becomes happy, but her attention is on the upset Runa, who eventually runs away. Akane tries to follow Runa but gets hit again. Runa apologizes, seeking help from Yamada, but he refuses. Akane pretends to have a stomachache, and Takezawa questions the guy about what he gave her. Akane, Ruri, and the boys are left alone. Akane engages Runa in conversation, learning about her gaming skills. Runa becomes emotional, and Yamada observes how Akane helps her. Runa talks with Takezawa and Ida, while Akane and Yamada share a moment. Akane expresses her disappointment but praises Runa's kindness. Yamada watches her closely as another guy proposes to Akane. Akane rejects the proposal and episode concludes. In the next episode, Runa's overprotective mother and caring brother Ida are highlighted, portraying Runa as a princess who dislikes change. Runa's school life is explored, revealing her quiet nature and the sympathy she receives online after being bullied by older students. The storymaker comments on her looks and peculiar dress code. Runa visits Akane and shares her experience of classmates dancing weirdly. Akane doesn't understand the dance, and Runa feels ignored when Akane receives a call from Momo. Akane takes Runa to meet a famous actor, but they find people dancing strangely. Akane suggests they join in, and both Runa and Akane happily dance together. Momo visits Akane's house along with Runa. Momo shares her post-college plans and expresses her concerns about marriage. Akane, however, is happy about completing her game quest. When Momo comments on Akane's luck with a handsome guy, Akane realizes that Yamada didn't help her level up in the game. In-game, Akane tells Yamada she will level up, and Yamada replies with a casual good luck, surprising Momo and Runa. Momo insists on going on a group date, but Akane wants to play the game. Momo tries to play but ends up damaging Akane's laptop, leaving her devastated. Runa brings Yamada to fix Akane's laptop. Despite multiple calls from Ida, Yamada is initially reluctant to go, but he remembers Akane's determination to level up. While waiting, Runa points out Akane's underwear hanging outside, making Akane uncomfortable. Yamada doesn't mind, and Akane hides her underwear. Runa takes a photo of them together and sends it to her brother. Ida suggests trying to make them close, leaving Akane puzzled. Runa asks if she can take a bath, but Akane refuses. Runa gets upset, and Yamada also declines. Runa then requests toast from Akane, puts butter on it, and tries to feed Akane, leading to a playful interaction. Runa insists Akane doesn't have to eat the toast, and playfully pushes her into Yamada. Akane's hair gets stuck in Yamada's eye, causing pain. Akane checks Yamada's eye, and they share a close moment, gazing into each other's eyes. Runa starts to cry. Yamada mentions he needs to go home to get some tools, and both Akane and Runa think he's trying to escape. Akane gets upset as Yamada leaves abruptly. Episode ends. The next episode begins with a flashback of a girl being bullied. Yamada buys tea from a store, and the cashier tries to strike up a conversation. Yamada arrives at Akane's house, finding both Akane and Runa asleep. He starts repairing Akane's laptop. Takuma, Akane's ex, appears at the door, seemingly crazy. He explains he wanted to return some items, including numerous lunchboxes. Yamada comments on Akane's perfection. Yamada opens the door, revealing he knew Takuma's plan. Akane laughs and notices her hair clip is missing. Yamada hands her the open clip, explaining he did it for her. Ida calls Yamada, leaving Akane curious. Akane secures a part-time job, excited about earning money. She plans to use the money to pay the guildmaster for laptop repairs. Meanwhile, Momo is in a failed group date. Akane continues her game and encounters Rureheim, Ida. Ida shows Takezua's character and refuses to pay for it. The scene shifts to Yamada, preparing for the school's cultural festival. Yamada receives love life tips from a friend. Girls from his class notice his ringing phone and urge him to talk to them. Yamada assumes it's Ida but discovers it's a classmate who apologizes and offers a handkerchief. Yamada checks the guild notice and sees Akane's name listed as a sponsor for the school festival. Episode concludes. The next episode begins with Yamada's school festival. Runa and Takezuo wait for Akane, who arrives late. Ida is wearing rabbit ears and having fun, attracting attention. Runa and Takezuo ignore Ida and leave. Akane asks Runa if she wants to eat, but Runa refuses. Akane becomes depressed, and Takezuo reveals he's preparing for entrance exams. They plan to go to a maid cafe, where they spot Ida and Takezuo. Akane smiles seeing them. Akane shares her nervousness about an exam with Runa, who heads to the toilet. She receives a message indicating a meeting with someone soon. Yamada helps with a fallen cardboard, but Akane finds it hard to approach him when he's with his friend. Yamada notices Akane and goes out to check on her. Yukari complains to Yamada, and when Yamada approaches Akane, she's taken aback but smiles. Runa is still nervous, and Yamada is in the nurse's office, updating Ida about Runa. Ida jumps on Yamada, claiming not to tell. The nurse points out their interaction, and Akane offers to bring food. Runa lists her needs, including a merchandise t-shirt. Yamada offers to help, and they leave together. Yamada and Akane walk together. Girls assume Akane is Yamada's girlfriend. They bump into the PE teacher, who notices Akane's older and teases Yamada about dating an older girl. The teacher attracts attention from other girls, embarrassing Yamada and Akane. Ida and Takezuo join them, suggesting Yamada and Akane should start dating to fix the situation. Yamada agrees, surprising Akane. Ida apologizes, but Akane abruptly leaves, saying she hates him. Yamada rushes after her. Akane and Yukari accidentally crash into each other. Yukari apologizes, and Akane starts running. Yamada chases after her, calling her by name. Akane is shocked to hear her name from him. Akane takes Yamada to the rooftop stairs. Yamada apologizes, but Akane reveals she was embarrassed, not angry. She apologizes to him, and he smiles, leaving Akane shocked. She stops him and contemplates the possibility that Aida's words might be true. Yamada breaks the silence, telling Akane she is a prize he can't reach. They go shopping for items for Runa. The 8th episode concludes. In episode 9, Akane works her part-time job, asking Yamada to join a lucky draw event. When her coworker teases her about Yamada being her boyfriend, Akane denies it but gets shy. Akane thanks Yamada for waiting and gives him a gift for fixing her laptop. She sneezes and wears a mask, and Momo insists that Akane is interested in Yamada. Akane, with Momo, does nail art. Momo suggests Akane should express her feelings to Yamada straightforwardly. Runa calls Akane, panicking about a new guild member. Akane reassures her, and they meet in the park. Runa is upset about the new member and plans to kick her out, revealing she's a classmate of Yamada and a gamer. Akane is shocked to learn about Yamada having another female friend. Runa tries to gather information about the new member by saving Yamada's number in Akane's mobile. The scene shifts to Yukari heading to class, where she thanks Yamada for letting her join the guild. Akane and Runa are left in disbelief. Okamoto suggests that they shouldn't waste their youth playing games. Yamada gets a call but doesn't answer, mentioning it's from a cone number. In class, Okamoto speculates about a girl wanting to confess, and Yukari blushes when Yamada denies interest in romance. On the way home, Yamada calls the number, and Akane answers, explaining she got the number from Runa. They discuss Akane's part-time job, and Yamada mentions they'll be together in the guild. Outside the shop, Yukari asks about Akane's appearance. Yamada describes her cute side, and Yukari suggests Yamada likes Akane. Akane arrives at her workplace, annoyed with her boss. While changing, her phone falls, and she sees Yamada's number, making her shy. Yukari logs into the game and accepts the guild invitation. The scene shifts to Runa and Yamada, with Yamada teaching Runa. Runa receives a call from Akane, who sounds deep and sick. Runa advises her to rest, and Yamada overhears the conversation. Akane's condition worsens, she can't stand and needs medication. Attempting to ride her bicycle to buy medicine, Akane falls and cries in frustration. Yamada holds the cycle and Akane carries her like a princess. Akane thinks she's dreaming. The episode ends. She sees Yamada sleeping beside her, thinking it's a dream. Opening the window, Yamada wakes up. Akane sneezes again. She recalls a dream where Yamada talked. Yamada makes her sleep, describing what happened. Emotional, Akane thanks him. Yamada returns her book about recovering from a breakup. They discover they have the same books. Akane gets a headache, and Yamada suggests she rests. Yamada remembers his past, and Akane shares her past with Takuma, revealing he cheated on her. She is happy he told her, wanting to remember him smiling. Yamada laughs, and the episode ends. Boys approach them. Momo meets them in a group date. The boys sit with them, and a boy tries to get Momo. Akane is about to say something when the waiter, Ida, appears. Ida politely asks them to sit at another table, but the boys refuse. Ida stays until the boys leave. Akane thanks Ida, and Momo looks at them. They talk about Ida, and Akane mentions he's the guildmaster. Momo forgets what she was going to say. As Ida goes back home, Akane and Momo are also at the scene. Akane expresses her desire to talk to Ida, and the episode ends. In the next episode, Ida and Akane sit together on a bench. Ida thinks Akane wants to confess but struggles to speak. Momo suggests Akane is in love, and Ida knows who she is in love with. In the rain, Tsubasa confesses to Yamada, and Akane gets a text that he can't meet her. Yamada teaches Runa, and Ida asks if he got confessed. Yamada calls Akane, but her phone is off. He goes to her grocery store, and she makes an excuse about being busy. Akane draws her game character on Yamada's hand, expressing gratitude for his quiet help. The episode ends. In the next episode, Yamada meets Tsubaki, who apologizes for coming early. Tsubaki confesses her feelings, expecting rejection. Yamada apologizes for not returning her feelings. The guild has a meetup, and Ida suggests arranging a one-on-one seat with Yamada. Akane prefers eating with friends, and Takezawa unexpectedly brings more people. During a private room dinner, Mr. Kimamoto serves expensive food. Yamada arrives, and a drunk Akane apologizes for drinking expensive sake. She gets joyful, hugs Runa, and Yamada buys water for her. Akane apologizes to Yamada and asks him to leave her, but he refuses and holds her hand. While dropping Akane home, her heel gets stuck, but Yamada gently pulls it out. Yamada holds her hand again, and Akane hesitates but eventually holds it. Akane stops Yamada and asks if he likes her. Yamada confesses his feelings, promising to remind her if she forgets. In the end, Yamada hugs Akane, and the season ends.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. If you have any suggestions or questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Until next time, take care.